Greetings. This is Dr. Carlson, and I want to welcome you to BUSA4150 Applied Digital Marketing. This is the course overview and introduction to get you started on this very critical course. In this introduction to applied digital marketing, we'll first address the course objectives and how they tie into the course content, some of the resources that you will need to effectively complete the course, as well as introduce you to the idea of simulations in terms of digital marketing, both from the e-commerce and the social media perspective. Next, we'll address certifications. This is intended to be a senior course and to have you also be ready to step into appropriate roles at the entry level in digital marketing once you leave the program. We'll also address how the schedule is set for the 8-week cycle and expectations for the weeks in modules within, as well as how we will assess and grade your progress in the course. Our course outcomes, and you can read these in detail, really deal initially with ideas about in digital marketing for search engine marketing and search engine optimization. We'll also address online advertising, both in the form of display advertising and shopping advertising, in addition to search-based advertising. We'll also address digital analytics. We're going to take a very close look at how you monitor your progress and also those indicators for tuning and what kind of return you get out of your efforts. We'll also address remarketing and email in terms of both the social media side and the idea of how we apply those very same concepts in direct digital marketing for e-commerce. And last but not least, the idea of online reputation management will be addressed. There are specific tactics to defend and improve the online reputation of a brand, so we'll cover that topic individually during our 8-week cycle. As noted a moment ago, there are 8 modules across 8 weeks, and there are assignments within each module. They are linked to the supporting materials. There are some lecture slide decks, as well as lecture videos and third-party topic videos. This gives you an opportunity to hear about various dimensions of digital marketing and social media marketing, not only from your professor, but also from other leading experts in the field. We'll also conduct hands-on assignments in terms of simulations and exercises. We're going to use the series of Mimic Pro and Mimic Social from a group called Stu Kent. I've used this particular form of simulation. They've continued to upgrade it over the years, but I've had great success with students in previous courses in terms of their improved understanding of how to conduct digital marketing, both from an e-commerce and a social media perspective. The knowledge assessments will include 2 variations on certifications from Google, one on AdWords and the other on digital analytics. We'll also use the HubSpot organization certifications in social media. Now, there are 2 levels of kinds of assessment. There are formative assessments, that is, those that you can take over and over and over again until you get it to a level of understanding that you're comfortable with. But you also have a certain passing level that is necessary in order to earn the certifications. The summative side of that is the final IQ certification, and the final social media certification is in fact a form of a key grade for each of those 2 components within the course. There is a textbook behind all of this, and it is an open textbook. That means it's downloadable. It does not cost you anything, but it's actually a very excellent guide to online marketing. It does address both social media as well as e-commerce related forms of digital marketing. There are two simulations I mentioned before, Mimic Pro and Mimic Social. Here are the ISBN numbers if you need to go to the bookstore to get a key. This is the product that you're getting. They're $59 each, or you can directly register through the course, through the Stu Kent site, and apply your credit card at that time. Now, let me remind you one other thing about the certifications that are an integral part of the course. There are no additional fees necessary to be paid for those certifications beyond your tuition and your simulation fees. Those are the only things that you're paying for in this course. Now, our first 4 weeks, I'll call it Digital Marketing for Fun and Profit. It's going to be the simulation using Mimic Pro. It's about organic and paid search. We'll see the display ads and shopping ads, but we'll also be using the analytic reporting out of that process to understand those key KPIs that we use for measuring success in this field of marketing. Mimic Social will take us on the second 4 weeks through the process of managing a budget for content creation and content promotion, as well as appropriate platforms for specific audiences, and how to distinguish paid, owned, and earned social media marketing efforts. Your goal will be to find the right mix of the types of promotional and non-promotional content to maximize return on that budget. So here's the link to be able to register for the Stu Kent simulations. Go to this particular site. Here's the link to home.stukent.com, and in fact you may register and pay for the simulations for both Mimic Pro and Mimic Social through this link. You're going to be in the role of a new digital marketing specialist intern at Buhai Supply Company. Now, this is an e-commerce and retail bag supplier. They specialize in backpacks, purses, wallets, satchels, duffel products, all kinds of bags, if you will. And in the first 3 rounds, you'll be asked to increase the revenue generated by their product line called American Dream, specifically through search and search advertising. The product line consists of a backpack, messenger, and duffel bags. In later rounds, you'll take on additional responsibility with new ad types, whether they be a display ad or a shopping ad, as well as new products and product lines. Throughout the simulation, you're going to be evaluated on clicks, cost per click, conversion rates, and revenue generated. Each of these metrics contributes to the success of an advertising or digital marketing campaign. And through this entire simulation, there are 9 rounds, and they're worth a maximum of 180 points. Now, we're going to do the very first round in the first class meeting on Wednesday night, and that will be a practice round. It is to introduce you to the concept and how to use simulation. We'll wipe out whatever you did on that Wednesday night, and then you will again do that very same round again by Sunday night. Now, you'll find, as you look at the schedule for the course, there are due dates for the rounds. They're found in the class schedule, and late submissions just really don't work. Why? This is a building process, one step at a time, and the next step is built on what you have learned in previous rounds. And the same is true when we start in week 5 for Mimic Social. You're going to take on a different role for the same company with the same products. It will be a social media marketing intern for that organization. And in this case, a little bit different twist on how the rounds are set up. Their simulations organized in pairs. So the odd number round, 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. Odd number rounds are the social media marketing tasks to perform. The even number rounds are questions about your results on your task round. You are required to complete 6 posting cycles. This is 12 rounds. So the first posting cycle is round 1 and 2. The second, 2, 3, and 4, and on till we get to 12 rounds. And very honestly, you may not do very well in the first week of rounds, but that's okay. It's pretty normal. We put more weighting in the later rounds in terms of points and scoring. This simulation is worth 150 points. And the due dates are, again, in the schedule. We do not start this one until week 5. Now, for the demonstrated competencies through certifications, on successful completion, you'll qualify for the Google Analytics IQ certification. You register through Academy for Ads as required, and you will take the Google Analytics for Beginners and Advanced Google Analytics coursework, which is a set of videos walking through the basic processes. And once you have completed them, you may take the Google Analytics IQ exam. Now, this exam is 70 questions. You need to complete it in 90 minutes. And that means you have slightly less than 1.5 minutes to answer each question. And a passing score is 80. That means you have to have a correct answer for 56 of those 70 questions. They're all based on what you've learned through the videos for Google Analytics for Beginners and Advanced Google Analytics. I have also provided a study guide in the resources for the course. And the same is true for the social media certification through HubSpot. Now, this certification is broken into 8 lessons and 40 videos. And it takes about 4.5 hours of video time, and they cover topics from social media strategy, social listening, monitoring, growing your reach, digital advertising, using influencers, and other topics related to social media success. This has got to be completed by week 8. This is a quick overview of the course. Return to Canvas and complete the course orientation steps from the home screen. Download and review the syllabus. Complete your Mimic Pro registration and review the Module 1, Lesson 1, and Lesson 2 activities in the first module. This is review material in Digital Marketing Fundamentals and a quick introduction of the Google certifications that you will begin in parallel with your simulation work on Mimic Pro. So let's get started. It's going to be a great time. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday nights beginning at 6:30 for our weekly asynchronous, no, this is not asynchronous, this is a synchronous class. We meet online each week on Wednesday nights. So attendance is taken. I look forward to seeing you then.